Hello, Internet, and welcome to the showcase of my AI trading software and my unique implementation. So, I have a YouTuber who I've been listening to for quite a while now, and their name is PiFi. They do financial analysis, options trading at a very high technical level. A lot of the stuff that just goes over my head. And so, I had an idea. Um, that what if I made an AI which could listen to this guy's live stream like I would every day while I'm trading and make the decisions with the brain of AI instead of human. So the way this would work is that you would need to pass your audio to AI in real time, which is a huge challenge, I come to find. But I went down the rabbit hole of audio engineering and I have the solution. Uh, Basically, what you need is a combination of virtual audio cables and virtual mixers. So what that's going to look like, just a sneak peek on my system sound. You can just look at this mess. I've got many virtual cables going, mixers, but in the end, what you're going to get is perfect sound quality to your AI. Because any other way, you're going to get corruption. It's going to miss words. It's going to be inaccurate. But with these sound cables, you're able to directly pipe the sound bytes to an AI converter, which converts to text, which converts to the actual play we want to do. So I'm just going to run the code and show you guys it running in real time. So I've been backtesting on PiFi's YouTube channel, just playing old videos and then looking at the predictions and seeing how the AI's prediction plays out. And we just put up some windows here. So here's some output windows. I'm going to start the
Below that
video.
is major
And
support
this one
at
down
the
here, it's just going to graph bullishness or
57.73.
bearishness
Yeah, just
sentiment.
moving
But the
pretty much
important part
straight
is
down
right
all
here in
week.
the blue
We did
text.
get
It's going to
a
give
little
you
bit
the
higher open.
translation
That
output and
failed. We'll see
also
if we
the
get some
predicted
recovery in
play.
the overnight session.
So I'm just going to wait, let this
58.50
process.
locally
It's probably
could
going to
maybe
take
be
a
a
couple
point at
minutes
which support
to gather all the
is
audio it
attempted.
needs, but
I don't know if it'll
just watch it
succeed
run.
though.
I think it's pretty impressive,
We tested
and
58.78,
afterwards
which
we're going to
has
check out
been
the
a
play.
strong support on futures previously back on Jan 2nd and also again on December 20th. So this level could matter, but I think the more important levels are going to be to the downside at like 58.06. Especially with our failure being so close to spot, like there's quite a lot of room for us to move down at this point. The dollar moved up pretty strongly today on the tariff news and announcements of tariffs against Mexico and Canada. Yields started to come up, or at least reversed their downtrend alongside that move up in the dollar. Commodities still really underperforming. Energy bouncing back, but now precious metals and materials are kind of falling away. So, a lot of give and take there is leading to pretty consistent downside in the commodities indexes. Correlation on the 1 month is breaking down very, very rapidly and quickly outpacing the rise in correlation on the 3 month. This is not a good sign. I mean, generally speaking, 3 month correlation will catch up eventually. But this is pretty consistent. If you look at our breakdowns in correlation over the last like year, they haven't really, aside from August 2024, they haven't really been like a consistent trend. Most of them, correlation snaps up and then it gets shorted right back down again, or like dispersion comes in and it pushes back down again. So this is pretty. I think this is pretty significant that it's just moving up and not small moves each day. So it's kind of like a flight out of dispersion market wide, and obviously that's very bad for risk equities. Which are propped up by those dispersion trades. Forward yield on volatility at the end of the day, 9.5%, quite a bit higher than yesterday. Also substantial because this is our third consecutive day with the positive yield on volatility, or the positive a positive yield on the forward convexity of volatility being positive. That's kind of important. The dollar did move up there, which kind of takes a little pressure off of the carry trade. Not a lot. It only moved up like 75 pips. It'll need to move up quite a bit more to relieve that pressure. And then the risk of a Japan rate hike, again, is still on the table due to their rapidly increasing inflation. Bond volatility getting a little bit closer to 100 on move. Still hasn't got there quite yet, but again, we're seeing that consistent trend up in 3 month correlation that usually kind of coincides with that. Skew fell again today after turning around a little bit yesterday. Well, it fell again yesterday after turning around a little bit on Tuesday. That's going to be kind of significant. I'd imagine we continue to see that fall as we get deeper and deeper into those out of the money tail risk hedges that were in so high demand back when it was at all-time highs. 54% of the S&P its 20-day moving average, and what we're seeing is actually like a decent amount of stability and breadth. But we're seeing tech sell off very, very hard at a significantly faster pace than we're seeing the S&P fall off. And big move up in volatility today. VIX very, very much in backwardation with the forward contract on VX. And we're seeing correlation fall apart as the near-term volatility starts to rise above, the forward expectations for volatility. And while volatility is in backwardation, that
All right, and we got a new file generated, which means it is currently working on the back end on processing the AI request. So the AI is thinking about breaking down this transcription, and there we go. We got a return. It says SPY puts -2%. So it's despite the bullish keywords, is actually picked up on I think the bearish context, and went with SPY puts for -2%. And so this video was 4 days ago. So yeah, anywhere in this range, we would have printed those puts in this gap here. About 50 to 100 basis points. So that would have been a huge print, huge prediction right there. All from the PiFi YouTube channel, which, he is doing the heavy lifting, the real technical analysis. I mean, this guy even built his own data platform. And so he's reading a lot of the data straight off of there, which my AI is just listening to, just like any other, YouTube viewer that is trading their account and making the decisions at a high level, I'm hoping. And so what's interesting is below the prediction here where it says assets, this is all the previous predictions that it's made when I was backtesting earlier today. And I was running this live basically the whole day. And these are the predictions that it predicted. And trying to pull up now the trade history. Okay, and here we go. These are you can see all the trades it's made in order. And here's our last trade, SPY down 2%. And so this will be the start of the day. I can show you the history here on the daily. Now this running today, I don't want to take today as like an outlier, but I'm just saying if we were to run this today and actually submit these trades, we might be up around 300% on our portfolio because I started the program around 12 o'clock, and you can see it starts listening to the streamer, and he's saying some bearish things, of course, because there's bearish news, bearish sentiment, and it would have played out because our bot picked first NVIDIA 5%, 1 DTE. NVIDIA was down, I think, 120 to 115 today, so that would have printed pretty well. Puts on SPY as well, just because, SPY NVIDIA, basically the same thing. That they went with a longer dated 10 days SPY, so maybe thinking that this could tank well into next week. We picked up shares in TCPC. I'm not even sure what that is. Also, I bought shares in CAT. I believe this is when they were talking about the whole industrial uh, revolution. Basically, the workers don't know if they want to work in the factory or if they want to ship all the jobs outside of our country. So there's a bit of discrepancy on whether CAT is going to be bullish or bearish, which is really interesting. I don't know if the AI meant to do this, but it picked up shares in CAT and also right after it opened puts in CAT. So basically, leveraging this position, puts against the shares that it bought. And for the rest of the day, basically just it bought, loaded up on a bunch of SPX puts, SPY puts, and what I thought was odd was it bought Tesla shares expecting a 5% rebound when what I have seen is most of the news is extremely bearish on Tesla. So this, I'm thinking maybe a low confidence play. It's a bit of a glitch in the confidence column because for some reason, AI is kind of a black box, but for some reason, it's returning 70% confidence around, like we got 75 here, but 70% confidence on all plays, which is not what I would expect or hope for. I hope this would vary a lot more. But anyways, yeah, that's the output for running today on today's stream. Overall, we would have printed pretty well, but I'm going to be doing a lot more testing live and updating the channel whenever we get further breakthroughs. But I think that right now, this software runs great, and it's, I don't know, it's all up to the AI to be smart and to be able to critically think, which I don't think AI is that good at yet. So I don't have high hopes for this being massively, consistently profitable, but I'm gonna run it. Maybe give it 20K. I don't know, some cash to play with once I get it more optimized. But yeah, guys, I think that will be it for this video. Thanks for tuning in and subscribe to the channel. Peace.